On this day, the 9th of January, 1463, the death of William Neville, Earl of Kent. When William Neville, Earl of Kent, died on this day in 1463, he must have felt he was leaving his family secure and going from strength to strength. He was one of the few noblemen during the Wars of the Roses to die peacefully in his bed of natural causes. William was born around 1405, the third son of Ralph Neville, Earl of Westmoreland, and his second wife Joan Beaufort, the daughter of John of Gaunt. Through his mother, William was a great-grandson of King Edward III, and like many of Joan's children, he made a good marriage, becoming Lord Fauconberg. He saw active service on the Scottish borders in the mid-1430s, and in 1436 he joined Richard, Duke of York, in France. In 1440, William was made a Knight of the Garter, England's premier order of chivalry, for his services in France. In 1449, he was captured by the French during a diplomatic mission. In that same year, the Duke of Somerset refused to ask for William's return when negotiating with the French, and William remained a prisoner until 1453, when he was finally ransomed. Somerset's actions perhaps make it surprising that William was amongst the king's nobles at the First Battle of St Albans. It's all the more surprising because by this time, William's family was supporting the Yorkist cause. His oldest brother was Richard, Earl of Salisbury, and his nephew was the Earl of Warwick, both of whom fought for York at St Albans. Over the years that followed, William became more attached to the Yorkist cause. He supported Edward IV's rise to the throne, and on the 1st of November 1461, he was created Earl of Kent as a reward. Edward relied heavily on William's military experience and expertise in the early years as he tried to establish himself. William died on the 9th of January 1463. He was buried at Gisborough Priory in Fauconberg lands. He had no surviving legitimate children, so his earldom became extinct. He did have an illegitimate son though, Thomas, known as the Bastard of Fauconberg. Thomas was a famous sailor, and would join his cousin Warwick in rebelling against Edward IV in 1470. He was captured and executed in 1471 for his part in the revolt. William Neville died at peace. He must have believed his family was secure. Neville authority in England was unrivalled, and they were at the core of the new Yorkist regime. He's an underrated player in the Yorkist victories of the early 1460s. He didn't live long enough to see his family's disastrous fall, a small mercy for a man who had spent his life at war.